Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are continuing with the viewer requests. For those of you who did not know, I put up a community post a couple days ago now asking for some viewer suggestions on what to watch while we have a little bit of a break in the release calendar. I'm recording this and it's going out on the 24th. Tomorrow we've got some releases. And then pretty much for the rest of the month we've got pretty constant releases here and there, but there are a couple days where release schedule is a little bit slower. So if you do have any other last minute requests you want to submit, pop on over to the community tab, drop a suggestion or two, and I will find some time throughout the week to squeeze it in for you. But today we are joining up with the former G-Friend OST train. Thank you, Mimbo, for the suggestion on the community post. We're going with Miss Yuju's OST for the drama True Beauty, and the song I'm in the Mood for Dancing, a remake of the 1979 song performed by the Nolans. Very exciting to see a song from outside of Korea get remade in a Korean context, and of course knowing Miss Yuju's vocals, this is bound to be an experience. So, this is the first time I'm hearing of this drama or the song in any capacity. I think I've heard of the group The Nolans before, back when I took a music history course in high school, but this song is from late 2020, so this was... Would this have been post Apple era? Was this before Mago? I can't remember when this would fall in the timeline, but this was still part of you can see up there, you can't see my cursor because I have that feature turned off, but this is when Yuju was still a part of G-Friend, which is... Speaking of Yuju, before we start, Kang Danielle, can we get a comeback from her, please? Like, it's been a year since she debuted, and we have an album and a special single with Big Naughty, so Can we get a comeback, please? Thank you. Anyways, here we go. Miss Yuju, what do you got for us today? I'm hoping copyright and stuff will be fine. So far, we've had pretty good luck with drama OSTs, so we'll see what we can do. 3, 2, 1. Crank up the volume in my ears a little bit. This is a very different sound to what, like, current day Yuju does. Oh wait, maybe I have heard this. It sounds familiar. Yuju's got such a unique tone that no one else in the industry really has. Oh, key change. Also, listen to that slap bass in the background. It is a very feel-good and bright song, but there's a certain charm to it that is just pure, Yuju. Her voice just has this very unique charm to it that not many people's voices can replicate. Almost like this would be the type of like vocal range and color that would have, because like when it comes to G-friend music, you're almost used to hearing Yuju just belt the high notes. You don't really get to hear the delicate high notes from her all that often, and it's very interesting to again. I say this with a lot of OSTs, but especially if it's one member out of a group that sings an OST, they're going to portray a very different sound than what their kind of like set positions are within the group songs, right? And I think with, I guess in this case it would be G-friend, but with the context of G-friend in mind, much like Yuna's OST yesterday, it really is a very different vocal color and vocal sound that we get out of the member singing it, because the member singing it has to cover a very different part of the song than what they're usually allocated within the group context, right? So in the case of, well, both Yuna and Yuju in a G-friend song, they usually get the really high notes in the chorus or something. Especially Yuju would be, the lead in right at the beginning of every chorus where she's just belting the high notes. But when you give them a solo OST like this, they have to cover the entire song, not just the impact like chorus and things like that. And I think with Yuju, especially in G-friend, there most of the time we got to hear really powerful high vocals, which, don't get me wrong, her high powerful tone is like unmistakable. Like you can, if you listen to that blind and were asked, say, like who this vocalist is, you kind of know immediately that it is Yuju singing it. And the fact that whenever she gets an OST, or even during her solo career, that there are still elements of that Yuju that we learn to love as part of G-friend and as buddies listening to G-friend music. It's just like, oh, yes, there's Yuju's moment to shine. But then an OST or during her solo career, we're seeing sides of her that we've never seen before. And it's, I don't know how to describe it all that well. It's a bittersweet moment thinking back on it now, because G-friend played such a predominant role in getting me back into K-pop back in the day. Like, I probably fell back in with the genre around maybe Nabilera? Yeah, Shiga no Italia had run its course already. Maybe Summer Rain, like around that era. So like around halfway into G-friend's career, I got like back into the genre. And of course, like a lot of buddies around the world, you fall in love with the music, you fall in love with the members, what have you. But in a group context, you never get the full potential of each individual member, because that's just not how groups work. A group, or a song performed by a group, will have sections of songs where you kind of if you've listened to enough of their songs, you can kind of piece together who's going to sing where. And with Yuju and Nuna, it was usually the chorus parts, and that's really all we ever got to hear from them. But this is the other side of the coin that doesn't get as much attention because it's part of an OST and it doesn't get promoted. And it's such a shame, I think, because there are some really good OSTs that just do not get the love and attention they deserve. And frankly, with OSTs, I think especially for groups and artists that do a lot of OSTs, it's like a lot more of their releases on a yearly basis is based around OSTs rather than like solo releases. Yeah, they're just not going to gain the same amount of traction as they did or as they would if the allocation of time had been reversed. But I'm not a manager, I'm not a talent manager, I'm not a company executive. I have no idea how stuff works behind the scenes. I just like the music. And Miss Yuju, I miss hearing her voice, man. We want again, Kang Daniel, please give us some more music from her. It's been a year since she debuted. I loved her solo too. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I love hearing new OSTs that I've never heard before. So thank you again, Mimbo, for the request. Again, that community tab or that community post is still active. So if you want to get some last minute requests, then hop on over and let me know. Get around to them sometime this week. But that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you want to check out more from me, channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye bye.